Genie, I wish to become a prince.
See what you doing. See you there?
Impressive.
That's what I said.
Jasmine's mother has always been a mystery. However, the 2019 live-action remake of Aladdin has brought some new information to light. Keep watching to find out who most likely is behind the Sultana's assassination. In the 1992 Disney classic film Aladdin, we meet the royal family of Agrabah, which consists of the Sultan and his teenage daughter, Princess Jasmine.
If I do marry, I want it to be for love.
Many of us were left wondering what happened to the Sultana of Agrabah. But hey, it's a Disney movie in the end, so we were quick to accept the fact that Jasmine's mother was nowhere to be found. The Sultana is mentioned once throughout the film.
Her mother wasn't nearly so pretty.
So we had no reason to believe that the Sultana's passing was a tragic one. Little is known about Jasmine's mom. However, we do know that Jasmine and her mother are carbon copies of each other. We mean they're basically the same person with different hairstyles. We're also aware that the Sultana was a loving and artistic woman who inspired the people of Agrabah and left behind a golden legacy. The Sultana was so loved that we figured that she passed away from an illness or something like that. So we think we can speak for everyone when we say that we were shocked to find out that the Sultana had been murdered. Suddenly, the Sultan choosing to keep his daughter under palace arrest makes perfect sense. There are plenty of differences between the original Aladdin film and its live-action remake.
You cannot just break into a palace like you own the place.
The most notable one being Aladdin and Jasmine's first ever conversation. Early on in the movie, we find out the real reason why Princess Jasmine isn't allowed beyond the palace walls. Jasmine, while in her disguised form, tells Aladdin that the princess hasn't been allowed to leave the palace walls ever since the Sultana was murdered. Aladdin goes on to say that the Sultana was loved by her people and that Agrabah hasn't felt safe since her passing. He also states that no one in Agrabah would have hurt the Sultana, which has us sending Jafar some serious stink eyes. Since the Sultana was loved by her people, we suspect that Jafar is the one behind her death.
Patience, Iago, patience. Gazim was obviously less than worthy.
But what would the Sultan's royal vizier gain from killing the Sultana? Well, a lot of things for starters. We don't find out exactly how the Sultana passed away, but we've got some ideas. Since Jafar wouldn't want to get his hands dirty, it's possible that he chose to poison her. But what if he was trying to poison the Sultan instead and somehow missed his mark? In the original Aladdin film, Jafar tried to marry Jasmine in order to become the Sultan of Agrabah. So what if he was trying to do the same with the Sultana? Here's our theory, and it's a little wild. Both Jafar and the Sultana have ties to the kingdom of Sherabad. We know that the Sultana hails from this kingdom, and we also know that Jafar spent 5 years in a Sherabad jail cell. While many of us believe that he was arrested for thievery, it's possible that he was arrested for something else. What if Jafar was in love with the Sultana and tried to run away with her, but he got caught and arrested, and the Sultana got married off to the Sultan of Agrabah? Then, when he was released, he traveled to Agrabah and tried to poison the Sultan and use his snake staff to convince the Sultana to marry him.
You will order the princess to marry me.
However, something happened, and the Sultana is the one who ended up consuming the poison. Ever since then, Jafar has been trying to get revenge on the kingdom of Sherabad because he thinks it's their fault that the Sultana passed away. While we love a good tragic love story, this isn't the only theory we're going to cover. There's also the possibility that Jafar chose to have the Sultana assassinated because she made controlling the Sultan impossible. Controlling the Sultan's every move is something Jafar has mastered over the years.
Don't worry. Everything will be fine.
Losing his young life and having a baby girl to take care of was probably a lot to handle at the time, so the Sultan probably relied on Jafar to get things done during his grieving period. This would explain why the people of Agrabah has been afraid ever since the Sultana was assassinated. Jafar has probably been spreading fear throughout the kingdom ever since the incident. It sounds like Jasmine's mother was a super smart lady who was planning to unite the people of Agrabah and Sherabad. Her people genuinely loved her and respected her vision, which simply didn't fly with the royal vizier. After all, he had a bone to pick with Sherabad. Killing the Sultana would cause the newly forged alliance between both kingdoms to waver, which is something Jafar clearly wants. Jafar's motive seems to be revenge, and he'll stop at nothing to wage war on Sherabad. There's also the possibility that the Sultana found out about Jafar's evil plans and tried to warn her husband about them, so Jafar had no choice but to end the Sultana's life to preserve his secrecy. Jafar is far from being an innocent royal vizier. He does not have the kingdom's best interests at heart and will stop at nothing to eliminate anyone who gets in his way. During Jafar's villainous monologue, he confesses to having buried many bodies along the way.
A snake am I.
So, since he's killed before, it's hard to believe that Jafar didn't play a hand in the Sultana's murder. By killing Sherabad and Agrabah's beacon of hope, Jafar instilled fear throughout the kingdoms while allowing himself to grow more powerful. With Sultana out of the picture, Jafar was able to manipulate the Sultan. He planned to marry off Jasmine to a suitor who had war on the brain. Unfortunately, Jasmine didn't want to marry Prince Anders, who most likely supported Jafar's vision. So, do you guys think that Jafar killed Jasmine's mother? If so, leave a snake emoji in the comment section down below. And be sure to tell us why you think the royal vizier chose to get rid of the Sultana. Subscribe to The Things for more videos about your favorite movies and TV shows. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up while you're at it. Thanks for watching The Things. We'll catch you later.